The world woke up to a tremor in the digital landscape. It was a subtle shift, not an earthquake, with the potential to reshape our technological future. China, a powerhouse in AI, is reportedly considering a monumental change in strategy. This is not about a new model or a faster chip, this is about control. News trickles out through sources and official announcements, suggesting a move away from open digital highways toward guarded national fortresses. The open era of sharing powerful AI across borders may be ending, replaced by a more cautious, competitive phase. This story is not just for tech enthusiasts, policy wonks. It touches the software we use, the businesses that thrive, and the nature of global competition. Frontier AI models are no longer just software products, they are being reclassified in real time as strategic national assets. Think of them less like a new app on your phone and more like a next-generation fighter jet or a critical piece of infrastructure. Governments in Beijing and Washington are rethinking the rules of engagement, creating a ripple across the industry. Imagine tense, closed-door government meetings, ministries of commerce, national security officials, and tech executives. On one side of the Pacific, whispers of restricting overseas access to Chinese models. On the other, new frameworks for government review of frontier AI before public release. Calculated moves and strategic retreats. A global chess game. Pieces are algorithms. The board is our interconnected world. The music shifts from a collaborative symphony to the tense hum of a Cold War. The narrative unfolds through distinct but related events. Alibaba ByteDance pulling back user-created AI features. DeepSeek building its own chips. China issues a security alert about a popular American coding tool. OpenAI Anthropic navigating new government oversight. GPT 5.6 Fable 5. Each event is a data point that, connected, paints a picture of a world grappling with newly unleashed power. This is the story of how the AI switch was flipped. The first and most significant tremor came from a report that Chinese authorities are exploring a radical idea. They are questioning whether to restrict overseas access to the nation's most advanced AI models. Over the past month, officials from China's Ministry of Commerce National Development and Reform Commission have been in talks with the country's AI champions, Alibaba ByteDance. The agenda was not about routine content moderation, it was about national strategy. The core question was whether China's best AI, including models not yet released, should be kept within its digital borders, treated as a precious national resource rather than an export. This marks a major pivot. For the past year, Chinese AI models gained global traction for the opposite reason. They were powerful, surprisingly cheap, remarkably easy to access for developers anywhere in the world. DeepSeek's R1, Alibaba's Quanjipu AI's GLM series, proving Chinese labs were not just catching up, but becoming genuinely competitive. Performance comparable to American counterparts at a fraction of the cost, attractive to a global developer community. This openness was their greatest strength. From Beijing's perspective, this success created a strategic dilemma. If these models are truly powerful enough to be a competitive advantage, is giving them away for free or for cheap to foreign developers a form of technological self-harm? The logic is straightforward. Accelerate scientific research, optimize supply chains, design next-generation materials. It becomes an instrument of economic and national power. Allowing unrestricted foreign access could mean China is inadvertently arming its economic and geopolitical rivals. Covered everything from closed, proprietary models to open weight systems that can be downloaded and modified by anyone. The potential restrictions are not just about API access. Tougher penalties for the theft of AI technology, possibly under national security law. Limiting who can fund domestic AI startups. Tightening control over ownership and investment. No final decisions announced. Direction of travel seems clear. China is moving toward the same logic that has taken hold in Washington. Frontier AI is different. It is a form of power that demands a new level of national oversight and control. As discussions about high-level strategy continued in Beijing, a more tangible change was announced to the public. Two of China's largest tech companies, Alibaba and ByteDance, declared they would be shutting down the AI agent creation features within their popular platforms. On July 15, 2026, users of Alibaba's Qwen and ByteDance's Dubao will no longer be able to create new custom AI agents. Furthermore, all existing agents created by users will cease to function. This is a significant rollback of a feature that had empowered users to build their own specialized AI assistants from simple data entry to complex creative work. The companies have offered a transition period. Until the shutdown, users can still view the configurations and chat histories of their agents, but the clear message is to back up any important content immediately. Both platforms have advised users to save their work through screenshots or by exporting text, because after a grace period ending on October 15th, all related data will be permanently deleted and irrecoverable. The abruptness of the move and the short timeline have sent a clear signal to the developer and user communities. The timing of this shutdown is no coincidence. The July 15th deadline aligns perfectly with the date that China's new interim measures for the administration of anthropomorphic AI interaction services are set to take effect. These new regulations are designed to bring order to the booming and often chaotic world of AI agents and chatbots that mimic human interaction. From a regulator's perspective, a vibrant ecosystem of millions of user-created AI agents represents a massive challenge. Each agent is an unpredictable system operating with limited oversight, capable of generating content or performing actions that could fall outside of strict government guidelines. This move highlights the inherent tension between innovation and control. User-created agents are a powerful tool for customization and creativity, allowing AI to be tailored to countless niche applications. However, they also represent a loss of centralized control, which is a significant concern for authorities focused on stability and information security. By shutting down these features, Alibaba and ByteDance are preemptively aligning themselves with the new regulatory framework. It is a clear indication that in China's evolving AI landscape, compliance and predictability are now taking precedence over the freewheeling experimentation that defined the early days of the agent ecosystem. While regulations tighten on the software side, a parallel battle is heating up over the hardware that powers it all. DeepSeek shot to fame with its efficient models, and is reportedly moving into designing its own AI chips. This is a major pivot for a software-first company. The crucial detail: DeepSeek is focusing on an inference chip. Training is the energy-intensive process of creating a model. Inference is what runs every user query. Inference drives long-term operational costs. DeepSeek's early success, the R1 model in 2025, ran on NVIDIA's H800 chips. Those H800s were later banned by expanding export controls. Since then, DeepSeek has leaned on domestic alternatives, notably Huawei's Ascend chips, but dependence on a single domestic supplier is risky. Building its own chip lets DeepSeek control its destiny and create an optimized hardware-software stack. The road ahead is brutal. It requires years of development, billions in capital, and access to advanced foundries and high-bandwidth memory. US restrictions target those exact areas. The new era of AI competition. It's not just about models or chips. It's also about the tools used to build them. This was made clear when China's National Vulnerability Database issued a serious security alert. The alert concerned Claude Code, a popular AI-powered coding assistant from Anthropic. The warning, published July 8th, it said some versions may contain a serious backdoor risk. According to the alert, the tool has a built-in monitoring mechanism. That mechanism could transmit sensitive information to remote servers without explicit consent. Geographic location, identity-related data. This is a significant accusation. A backdoor in a widely used development tool is a major security threat. Corporate secrets, intellectual property, personal data. The NVDB, run by China's industry ministry, advised organizations to review their systems immediately, uninstall the affected versions, or upgrade to a secure release where the alleged backdoor has been removed. The warning also recommended tightening network access for all development tools, and closely monitoring network traffic for unusual activity. The move effectively labels a popular American software product as a potential vector for espionage. Anthropic did not immediately respond to the allegations, but this warning didn't come out of nowhere. It followed reports that Alibaba had already banned employees from using Claude Code. The ban was reportedly over concerns the tool could identify and track China-linked users. The government's public alert elevates a corporate concern to national security. It puts Chinese companies on notice, and creates a chilling effect on adopting foreign-made development tools. It turns a software preference into a matter of state security. This shows how sharply lines are being drawn in the new technological landscape. Coding assistants and AI development tools are now viewed through a geopolitical lens. They're no longer neutral productivity enhancers, but potential Trojan horses. The Claude Code alert is a clear shot across the bow. Every piece of the AI stack, foundational models, to code editors on a developer's desktop, is now subject to intense scrutiny and suspicion in this escalating global technology rivalry. Perhaps the most technically intriguing story to emerge from China this week is the announcement of Murald, A team from Moxon Technology, working with researchers from Zhejiang University, unveiled what they describe as the world's first Flash world model. More importantly, they claim it is the first real-time interactive world model built entirely on domestic Chinese hardware. The headline claim is staggering. The model can generate interactive three-dimensional worlds at over 50 frames per second, and it does so with zero reliance on NVIDIA chips. This is a potential breakthrough for a field that has been a major focus for AI labs globally. The significance of this claim cannot be overstated. World models, which learn to simulate the rules of the physical world from video and other data, have been a holy grail of AI research. While many systems can generate impressive video-like clips, most are not truly interactive or run at very low frame rates. A model running at 5 or 10 frames per second is a cool tech demo, but it is useless for real-world applications like video games, robotics training, autonomous driving simulations that demand smooth, real-time feedback. If World's claims are true, it represents a significant leap forward. The technical details provided are equally compelling. The team states that World is a 14 billion parameter model running on a cluster of Huawei's Ascend 910C NPUs. They claim the entire pipeline, from data collection training to final deployment, was built using domestic computing power. The result, they say, is an inference cost that is 70% lower than comparable GPU-based solutions. This was achieved through a combination of new training techniques and a massive self-collected dataset containing three-dimensional annotated data, allowing the model to learn not just pixels but geometry and spatial structure. Moxon Technology is calling this a deep-seek moment for physical AI, and the ambition is clear. By potentially solving the real-time interaction problem for world models using domestic hardware, China could gain a chance to help define this emerging category. The use cases are vast, spanning from film pre-visualization, architectural design, creating immersive digital twins. These individual stories from China do not exist in a vacuum. They are mirrored by equally significant developments in the United States, where a new framework for managing frontier AI is rapidly taking shape. OpenAI is now proceeding with the public launch of its highly anticipated GPT 5.6 model. However, this launch comes only after a delay requested by the US government, during which access was limited to a small group of vetted partners whose details were shared with authorities. This process, where a private company's product launch is subject to government review, marks a new era of oversight for the AI industry. This fits into a new voluntary framework in the US, where developers of powerful covered frontier models are encouraged to provide the government with access for up to 30 days before a wide public release. This allows for security testing risk assessment. Anthropic, another leading US lab, is navigating this same reality. Its most advanced models, Fable Mythos, have been subject to restrictions. The US government ordered that foreign nationals should not have access to them due to national security concerns. Fable access was later restored with safeguards. Mythos remains limited to trusted US organizations because of its powerful cybersecurity capabilities. As access to the most powerful models becomes more restricted and expensive, companies like Anthropic are teaching the market how to use them more efficiently. The company extended free access to its Fable 5 model and published guides on using it as an orchestrator. Use the expensive, powerful model for critical decisions, strategic planning, and offload routine work to cheaper, less capable models. Advisor mode, orchestrator mode achieves nearly the same performance at a fraction of the cost. The future of AI may not be one single supermodel but a team of specialized models working in concert. When you step back, the picture becomes clear. China is treating its top AI models as national assets, tightening control over user-generated content and investing in a self-reliant hardware stack. The United States is implementing its own form of control, treating frontier models as national security risks that require government review before release. This is the new landscape of AI, a global competition less about open collaboration and more about strategic advantage, national security, economic power. The AI Cold War may have just begun, and its outcome will define the technological balance of power for generations. What do you think this new era of AI competition means for global innovation?